hold on to your butts, because this is gonna get dirty. Do you remember the childlike glee of being a little kid, opening up a rectangle Christmas present and finding the words Lego inscribed on a cardboard box? Do you remember the unbridled excitement as you shook all those little plastic pieces out onto a kitchen table, ready to build your own world with nothing but your hands and your mind? Gather friends, as I tell you how you can do that again. Creating custom Lego models is a very unique and technical hobby. It requires a lot of information on different types of pieces, techniques, and it also brings a sense of community. Lego isn't just a children's toy, it's a means of expressing yourself, just as any other art form can. Now, first of all, let's go into the pieces, which the plethora of pieces might be intimidating at first, but it's simple once you get a grasp on it. So, first of all, Legos are often defined by their dimensions. On a Lego brick, there are the studs, which are the little bumps that allow them to stick together. For example, this yellow one is a 2x4 brick. And then there are other pieces that stem off of bricks. Bricks are the classics. You also have plates, which are thinner, tiles, which are just smooth plates, slopes and wedges, which are just angled versions of the first two, as well as Technic, which is a unique Lego system that's built upon lift bars and axles, kind of similar to how erector sets are formed. Then, of course, there are the unique modified bricks. I could get into these for an hour, but we'll just ignore them for now. Now, once you start collecting, you'll notice that you'll start accumulating bricks left and right. However, one thing that you have to pay attention to when you're building is color. Because and with unique pieces, what you can often do is repurpose them for other things. Such as, if you look closely, minifigure binoculars can be great as air horns for garbage trucks. As far as color, you have to be careful with your color being uniform, not like this. When you're choosing the pieces that you want to use, you want to make them uniform. So any color that you want to be displayed on the outside, save them for the exterior. Any pieces that are not, you can use them for the interior in any way you want. People won't see them, and you use them for structural support. Many places of which you can buy pieces today, also you can buy individual pieces from Lego directly. However, that can get a little expensive at times. So there are many third-party sellers, such as a notable one is Bricklink. They sell large amounts of second-hand pieces, and it's a great way to accumulate a large amount. Now, with large amount, you have to be careful with storage. Storage can be separated into the different types, as we've seen, but furthermore, according to the Lego Storage Guide, as your collection continues to grow, you can make the categories more precise by adding additional containers. For example, splitting a container full of plates into 1x plates, 2x plates, and then larger plates. Now, Lego is traditionally built as one piece on top of another. However, this can become a little inefficient at times. That's why they've developed the technique called SNOT, which stands for studs not on top. The basic principle of this is to format it so the studs are on a vertical plane, basically allowing you to build sideways, allowing for different dynamic textures and surfaces, as well as adding more connection points to create more elaborate builds. Another technique that is often used is called offsetting, as told by Holger Matz, the designer of this set right here. You don't have to stay in the stud-oriented geometry of Lego bricks. You could build stuff with half a stud offset, like this jumper brick right here. This shift allows you to create a better perception of depth, making your builds more interesting. Now, say you're curious, but you don't want to spend money on Lego bricks right now. Lego is a little expensive. There are several softwares that emulate Lego building, such as LDD, Lego Digital Designer, which is Lego's own software. These are all free to download online. Or my personal favorite, stud.io, has a larger collection of parts, and you can import the parts that you used directly into Bricklink. So that way you can just buy all the parts you need, no mess, no fuss. Now, Lego is not a solo sport necessarily. There is a large community surrounding it. We even have our own acronyms. A mock or a custom Lego design is called My Own Creation. That's anything anyone builds without instructions. And then AFOLs are adult fans of Lego. Now, AFOLs or mockists often want to share their creations. They do so from either conventions, by joining lugs or Lego user groups, or just as simple as posting their things online. They gain both praises and critiques from other builders. That way they can improve upon their builds and just learn as they go. Now, some might look down on Lego because it's just a children's toy, but it is more than that. As Andrew Hill from the Financial Times once said, play smacks of frivolity and childishness, not serious business. It is exactly this unleashing of underused creative powers that advocates of the Lego system hope to employ and encourage. For me, what this means is it gets the creative juices flowing. The most important part of Lego building is practice and experimentation, allowing you to get two distinctive, separate pieces and fitting them together in ways you've never thought of before. Now, with all of these parts and techniques and community information, I prepare you this challenge. I challenge you to look at the pieces of your own life. I challenge you to use your imagination and experimentation to find new ways to fit those pieces together. I challenge you to bring that creation and try to find a community with which to share. And while you're at it, go ahead and pick up some Lego and see what you can come up with. I challenge you to find your inner child again, because believe me, it's missed you.